Hi, welcome to the patch notes rundown for patch 21. This will be a short patch, let's get into it. Acel. So, Acel is losing damage late game because the level scaling is going down. So, where he would have 135 damage per second at max level, now it's only 105. So, he's losing 30 damage per second and 5% AP scaling, which is a lot. So, yeah, while Acel was really good last patch, I think now he's still playable, still fine, but uh, nothing special. And he loses a tiny bit of burst damage, but the most important part about this nerf is the DPS loss. Bel'Veth. So Bel'Veth was gutted because her E was nerfed very hard, and they're giving it some CDR, but this won't make her become good again. Although I will say you can probably still play her, especially since the AD ratios are coming back to jungle pets. But she's not good. She won't be S tier. She won't be on tier list. Brand. They're trying to make Brand into a jungler. Brand is not a jungler. He doesn't have good ganks. Uh, he's so squishy. I mean, uh, yeah, he's incredibly niche. Like he needs the perfect team comp to play into, and then maybe he's playable. So yeah, don't play Band. Although I will say, like these are big buffs for him in jungle, but you will only take him when like the stars align. And considering in solo queue you're usually first picking jungle, and like ideally you don't want super niche champions in your champ pool. So yeah, it's playable, not that great. Briar. Briar was strong-ish. Like his numbers were good, but these changes aren't very big, so he's still decent. But I don't think he was very special to begin with. I think if you just learn to dodge his max range thingy, his long distance attack, in the same way you try to dodge Ezreal ultimates and Jinx ultimates, then or Sen ultimates, then he loses a lot of value. So once people start doing that, he won't be that strong anymore. But these changes are like minor, I'd say. So you can still play him, but he wasn't that great to begin with. Like he was overrated. Caitlyn. Yeah, so they're nerfing the Caitlyn lethality build because that was just too stupid. But they're giving it back into the crit scaling, so you can still build Caitlyn crit. And Caitlyn, if you know how to, she's very difficult, but if you know how to play her well, then she's always really strong. So she's definitely on the tier list still. Mundo, Mundo is losing some damage, so yeah, this champ just isn't that great in my opinion. He does a whole bunch of nothing. Hecarim isn't as bad as people think he is, because his items are good and he benefits from the slow meta, and his backline access is always great. So he's playable. Probably won't make the tier list, but like if you want a champion that no one fucking plays but still solid, then you can play Hecarim. Jinx. This change doesn't do anything. So they're making it so you can't stack her passive from multiple turrets and stuff and objectives, but it's already a win more sort of situation, so those typically don't matter. Cassante. This champion's got it very badly, and this is already a huge buff. So this used to be 85%, but they're giving it back in scaling now, which is nice. Um, I mean, for one tricks, he's probably still like playable-ish, but he's still able to be like his combo is still able to be dodged, which was the biggest nerf for high elo gameplay. So he's still pretty poor. LeBlanc. LeBlanc's getting some extra AP ratios. This champion is very good if you can play her, but not a lot of people can play her, and she's just very difficult. So uh, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. She's like the gangplank of mid lane. Or the Riven. Master Yi. 4 seconds of E. This doesn't do anything early, so it doesn't do anything. Once you have CDR, this might be impacting him ish, but probably not. Morgana's getting buffed. They really want to make her a jungler. She isn't a very good jungler in solo queue. Because if you find someone in the jungle, you queue them, then they get stunned, and then nothing happens. And if they dodge your Q, you can die. So she's not that great in the jungle, but she is great as a support counter pick, and this is also a buff to support. So player support. Rammus. Rammus was kind of strong with the armor ratio on the pet, but like it wasn't anything special, and now they're nerfing him significantly. He's losing 20 magic damage on the Powerball level 1. So you're using this once on the camp, which isn't terrible, but you're also losing some flat armor, so 5 level 1 on the girl, and yeah, so I don't know, Rammus just isn't very good. He will never be on the tier list, he's incredibly overrated. Even though like the nerf is kind of whatever, like you're losing like 30 damage on the camp if you're using Powerball on it. Seraphine. So they don't want to buff Seraphine because AP Seraphine, as an APC, is broken, or at least very strong. So what they're doing is they're giving her less AP ratio and more damage on her levels and on her flat, like more base damage. So she'll probably be buffed a lot for mid lane because mid lane is where you can get the most levels. And if you can opt into a sort of supporty build mid lane, then maybe she's very strong there. It could be very broken. Um, but yeah, it's her base damages are down for both bot lane rules. So or you need to get levels to get there, right? So I mean she's becoming a scaling support, which might be decent in solo queue if you go very late. Uh, as an APC, she was incredibly strong, so she's probably still playable there. But she might not be as tier there. We'll see. Tahm Kench. So he's losing all his damage early and he's getting it back late game through the bonus health ratio. So yeah, this champ is kind of obnoxious in lane, but outside of that, he's not very good. Because you're just a pinata for ADCs and you cannot do anything against them unless they stand still for a while so you can hit them with the W. Which is entirely upon your team to make that happen, or on the enemy to like have 500 ping. So yeah, not that great of a champion. Pharah getting 4 damage, 4 magic damage on his W passive. So yeah, this doesn't do anything. And 10% slow extra, but I don't see this mattering in a lot of situations. And it will probably lead to a lot of people playing AP first again, which they should not because they don't know how to play it. Zyra. They're trying to make Zyra into a mid laner, which is very strange because they're increasing her AP ratio but reducing her flat damage, which in turn makes it a nerf for support. And if people don't start playing her mid, then she's just nerfed for support. That's pretty much it. Items, Hullbreaker's nerfed quite significantly. You're losing 15 armor and 17.5 MR at max rank. But the earliest ranks are still good. So if you're a champion that still likes to buy this like second or something, maybe third, then it's still decent. And I think in situations where you're just buying this, you're still buying it. But if you have options, skip it. I'd say in this situation now. First strike's getting nerfed. This rune was already nerfed last patch because it used to be 9%, and it's a double nerf because not only are you losing damage, you're also losing extra gold you generate from it. So yeah, I don't think it's a great rune anymore. The Futures Market rune was also nerfed. If you can take Electrocute or Dark Harvest in solo queue, you probably should. Phase Rush. Phase Rush is losing 5% movement speed early and 10% at max level. You will still be taking Phase Rush when you're taking it now because, or when you used to take it, because the movement speed is still significant enough that you can either chase someone down with it or get out of combat. And it feels bad, but the rune still has the exact same use case. Jungle sustain adjustments. So the biggest changes are the AP changes going up by 2%, which is nice for AP junglers, but they're reintroducing the AD bonus AD ratio on the pet. So if you buy long swords now, you will actually kill your caps faster. So this is the biggest change of the patch. This means that Jarvan is playable again. Rengar and Graves were the only AD junglers on the tier list, and they're even better now. And this makes AD junglers in general playable. Yeah, that was it for the patch. So to recap, biggest changes are AD junglers, uh, Aesol nerfed, uh, Briar nerfed, Caitlyn's the same, Mundo nerfed, Jinx changed, doesn't matter, but she's not that good for solo queue. Ram is nerfed, but wasn't very good. Morg player support, don't play Varus, don't play Tam, don't play Bel'Veth. Hecarim is okay. Don't play Xante. LeBlanc is good if you can play it. I mean, Yi is always good in low elo. Brand Jungle doesn't do anything. Zyra is nerfed very hard. Seraphine might become a mid laner with like a more support type of build. And First Strike's nerfed, Hullbreaker nerfed. Phase Rush is relatively unchanged. So that was it for the patch. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.